All right, single people, you do not need $1 million to retire. And I'm going to prove it to you right here. That means you got, every time you hear the trumpet blowing, the PVC trumpet, you got to make sure you put away your other stuff, stop multitasking, focus on me. Focus right here. Everybody, front and center. I see you over there, Penelope. You're doing other things. I see you over there, Jill. You're doing other things. Focus on me. Marie, I see you. Okay. Nora, I see you. Carl, pooping while standing. Because Carl will forever be a single guy, by the way. And he's the one who says, you got to do more videos for single people. Oh, look, it's fun to mock him. He's okay with that, trust me. So people say, you're being mean to your audience. Oh my goodness, Carl's a good guy. Look, he names his avatar pooping while standing. You think he's not prepared to be mocked? Come on, man. All right, so what we're doing here is we're taking the median salary for the age of 55 to 64, all right? And that's $63,000, the median salary. Median means half the people have more, half the people have less. All right. Well, the people watching my YouTube channel are above median, you know, that's a fact. Even Carl, pooping while standing. So we're going to give them a 20% bump on the median salary. So if the median salary for the age 55 to 64 is 63,000 bones, for our people, because we're better, we're going to say their salary is about 75,000. All right. So you're watching this channel, you say I'm making about 75,000. Now we got to pay FICA tax, and we got to pay taxes to freaking Bo Jiden and your stupid governor. So we're going to say we're going to lose about 22% in taxes, all right? And I'm not even doing any 401k contributions here either, by the way. I'm not. We could do it. We could make this even better, but I'm just saying, let's say no 401k. So net of taxes, you're making 58,000 schmackaroonies. Everybody with me on that so far? Yes, you are. So again, the median salary is 63. We're giving you a 20% kicker. Your salary is 75. You got to pay 22% in taxes, and as such, you're walking away with $58,000. All right, that is your day-to-day living expense, roughly $5,000 a month. Not quite there, but close to $5,000 a month is your take-home without any 401k contributions. All right, now $75,000 is what we figure is going to be your average wage index, essentially. We're kind of saying we have 35 years of making $75,000. All right, now, I wasn't making $75,000 in 1992. Oh, just watch my videos on how you calculate your Social Security. We're just going to say, on average, you made the equivalent of, whatever, it's $32,000 in 1992. We take the AWI, the average wage index, and that's what we get on average. We made $75,000 each and every year for 35 years. All right. What we do is we could do this simply. I like to show people the steps though, because you're not going to make just one simple sum every year for 35 years. Why are we using 35 years? Because that's how much Social Security uses when they figure out your Social Security benefit. They take your top 35 years of indexed earnings, all right? Index, average wage index, AWI. That is your wage index. Again, as I always say, in 1990 and 1989, as a private Joe Snuffy in the infantry in the Army in Watertown, New York, I think I made $8,000, something like that. All right, so $8,000 in 1990 and 1989 is not the equivalent of $8,000 today. They take the AWI, which has been about 4.5% each and every year, give or take, and they say that $8,000 in today is the equivalent of X. All right. Now they take the top 35 years of your work. So for me, 1989, I don't even know how many years that is. What, 35 years, something like that. That won't be my top 35. It just won't, because I didn't make any money. In the Army, you didn't make any money, and you still probably don't, even though you're serving the globalist wars. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so for me, that will be my least of my highest 35 years earnings, if that makes sense. So we're taking the top 35 years times, we're averaging at 75 a year. That means we have 2.6 million of total indexed earnings, 2.6 million. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out what our average index monthly earnings is, because we're trying to make this on a monthly basis. We're trying to see how much are we getting from Social Security each and every month. All right, so we say $75,000. All right, we times that by 35. That gives us 2.62. We divide that by 420 because there's 35 years. That's times 12. That's 420 months that we have. So our average index monthly earnings is 6250. All right, 6250. Now we could have just divided that by 12, but I want to give you the steps. 6250. Now in 2023, the first bend point is $1,115. So we take the first $1,115, we get 90% of that is towards our Social Security benefit. So we take 1115 times by 0.9, that gives us 1,003. So 90% of the first bend point we retain as a Social Security benefit. Remember, your AIME is not your benefit. That's just your average index monthly earnings. What we're trying to figure out is what our PIA is with the bend points. And again, if I'm not making sense, I got a million videos on Social Security. Just look how it's calculated. Maybe I'll do another video on that because I do have a lot of videos. But anyway, so then the next bend point, 5135, 6250 minus 1115 is the first bend point. That leaves us with 5135. We times that by 32. All right, times that by 32. Because that's the second bend point, 32%. I think it's 6721. Anything above 6721 will be your third bend point, and you only get 15% of that. So that gives us 1643. So here we have our total Social Security benefit at our full retirement age. Again, this would be our PIA, is 2646. That's our PIA, a primary insurance amount. How much do we get at our full retirement age? Their full retirement age, if you're born in 1960 or later, will be 67. If you're born in 1958, it'll be 66 and 8 months. All right, so just remember, for most people now, it's going to be 67 essentially. So now our Social Security PIA is 2646 a month, which is 31,000 a year. So we're going to get 31,000 a year from Social Security. Now 31,000 divided by 58, that's Social Security replaces 55% of our income. Or our net income, all right, 55%, Social Security does. Now, a lot going on here. We're saying that means we got to replace the other 45% with other things, all right? The other 45% has got to come from someplace. Now, I'm going to use this anyway because I just want to show you how this works, but then we're going to come back and just knock the socks off this. So 58,000 minus 31,000 gives us, we need $26,000 or 45% from another source to maintain our current standard of living. Now, our current standard of living, when we're working, well, we probably had a mortgage. We're putting money into a 401k, car payments, all that. When we retire, do we really need to maintain this current standard of living, $58,000, when we retire? The answer is no, you don't. The vast majority of us don't. It's just a fact, dude. Once your mortgage is paid off, once your cars are paid off, once the kids are out of the house, once you downsize, it's just so freaking stupid that we got to maintain our current standard of living. Why? It's dumb. I got 4 kids. Once they're gone, I'm going to downsize this house. I'll have no mortgage, no huge property tax, no auto insurance for 4 kids, 2 of which are teenage boys. The idea that I need to maintain my current standard of living is so freaking stupid, and I just can't believe that credentialed elite people even use this, but they do because they're pushing a false narrative. I don't understand why. There's money in it for some reason. I don't get it, but we're going to go with it anyway. And again, well, let's just do this. So we need $26,000 a year from our from someplace else, our portfolio. So we divide that by 5% because I say just take 5% of your portfolio each and every year, you're good. I mean, but what about just 5% a year, you're fine without question. If you get a 37% decline in like 2008, then just tighten your belt for a year, you're good. I've done videos on the guardrail strategy. It works. I got something up there on my roof, on my ceiling. Anyway, so that leaves we need $525,000 a year. $525,000 in our portfolio. Now again, this assumes that we're going to maintain our standard of living of $58,000 a year, which is just a silly assumption. Again, we're not even contributing to 401k here, but let's just make that assumption anyway. This also assumes that our spending never goes down. And as we know for a fact, when people get older, usually about their early 70s, they start declining their spending big time. But let's just say that's not you. You're an elite person. You're like, man, I'm going to spend like I did before retirement. Again, the idea that you will is so foreign. It's just silly, but we're going to use it. In this case, all you need is $525,000. That's it. Now, maybe you got to, like I was talking to people, in San Jose. I was talking to a single lady in San Jose. She got a house that's worth freaking a pretty mint. Maybe she's going to move to Tennessee. Maybe she's going to move to Mexico. Maybe she's going to move someplace else. The house in San Jose, she sells it for $1 million of bones. She buys a house in Tennessee for $400,000. She has $600,000 left to do with. And there she is right there. Anyway, you don't need $1 million, dude. Come on. This whole thing is so silly. And then next video I'll do on married people, but just, remember the median income. This is what the median salary is right here. 63,000. I'm giving you a bump by 20%, guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. And then I'm saying I'm not even reducing your expenses from other stuff. On top of that, we're not even saying your spending is going to go down as you age. And even here, like the worst case scenario, you just need $500,000. And you probably got a significant portion of that in the equity of your home anyway. Come on. Stop the fear mongering. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to join my locals channel. We go live every Wednesday and Saturday, $5 a month, dude, $5 a month, and we get to say whatever the hell we want. So if we get to take on, Dr. Fauci or take on anybody, it's fun, dude. It's fun. Now, some people won't like it because they say, man, like I had one guy yesterday put a comment. I couldn't believe he said, the fact that you don't like Oliver Anthony, I'm starting to question your other things too. I said, what? This one right here? It's like, I don't not like the guy. I just think it's a psyop, complete psyop, without question. No one gets put to the top like this without some kind of manufactured astroturfing. But he's like, and I was like, all right, well, that's okay. You can disagree with me. I don't care. I'm not going to be mad at you. But he's like, I said, of all my crazy conspiracies, this is the one that makes you mad that you question me? Like, I don't believe we went to the moon, for instance. Well, you must be nuts. I don't believe Albert Einstein was all down a bag of chips. But my take on Oliver Anthony, it's crazy. Crazy. People are just real caught up in it. That's okay. I don't care. I just don't care. But I'm like, dude, of all the things I've done, all the things I said, I was, look, man, it was me, the Clay Travis, and then basically everyone on the truth community, which I was a part of back then, who took on, what happened in 2020. No one else did. Everyone, even a lot of people that I like, right wingers, were like, oh my, I'm telling you, man, they fell for it. Now, I don't think they'll ever fall for it again, but I didn't. I'll never forget that. I couldn't believe some of these guys I follow. I said, I can't believe you're following this. Even Clay Travis thought about taking the jab. He said he was going to get the jab, Clay Travis. And I forgot what happened. I think his kid got sick or something like that. And never ended up taking it. I'll never forget, like, Brett Weinstein and his wife, Heather Hying or something like that. Higher, whatever her name is, they were like, and then for some reason they woke up. That guy John Campbell was just talking to a lady yesterday who quit her job, and she's just crushing, and she didn't take it, and she was, they didn't fire me, and she's in Florida, but they harassed the hell out of me, dude. And she finally said, I'm out of here. Anyway, and she's just kicking ass and taking names. It's sad because she was like, didn't think she'd be able to retire. I'm like, oh my goodness, lady, you're freaking crushing. Go out there and freaking make it happen. She's 60. You got a window about 10 to 12 years or so where you got to make it rain. Anyway, and she didn't. And then she emailed. Then we were talking about Dr. John Campbell. Remember that guy? I was like, dude, that guy's a huge vax hole. And then something happened where he changed. And again, I'm not saying he changed on MMR and DBT and what's the one that Rick Perry wanted to mandate for young girls in Texas, NPV. I forgot what it was. So I was like, but at least on this one thing, the thing that shall not be named, they've changed. And but I was the only one out there. Even Clay Travis was getting ready to go get it. I said, I'm sure there are others. People I follow in the Truth Committee. Owen Benjamin. Matt from Quantum of Conscious, Paul from Pockets of the Future, all these guys I follow, but what's his name? Crow 777. But I didn't know any of these guys existed before that, you know what I'm saying? And now I do. So there's a fellowship among us that you have to look beyond to find. But they're out there. Even this lady I was talking to yesterday, she goes, I couldn't believe it. Now that Elon has opened up Twitter, I find a lot of my people on there. I said, no, they're out there. You just got to find them. And I'm one of those people. So if my take on Anthony Alt, whatever his name is, bothers you, I'm like, dude, you either new here or I don't know what else. It's weird to me. I'm like, man, of all the crazy things I said, that seems to be the least of my offensive takes. Right? Love your thoughts. We'll see you.